minutes. 5 minutes with Sweet Pea. 5 minutes with Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea, Sweet Pea. 5 minutes with Sweet Pea.
Hi everyone. Mwah. This is Mistress Sweet Pea, and this is a new variation of what we're doing. We still have our regular podcast, Sweet Pea and the Ant, but this is more of a tailored down podcast. It's called 5 Minutes with Sweet Pea. Every day we'll do a different discussion, and it's a very condensed discussion. So I just wanted to let everyone know that to please, if you're watching this on YouTube, like and subscribe to my channel. And on that note, let's get started. Today's topic we're going to talk about is dolls. So basically, why do we dislike them? Why do we like them? What's the significance? Of course, if you're a little girl, of course you like your dolls. Totally get it. But dolls have been part of our culture for thousands of years. It goes back to the ancient Egyptians, as well as and as far as the Victorian era. But for many, dolls aren't just toys. They can be unnerving, they can be terrifying, or they can be cute. It depends on who you are and what your take is on them. From a paranormal perspective, there's more than people think that dolls are haunted or they possess a spirit of a former person that owned the doll. It just depends on what your take is. And for purposes of this discussion, everyone has their own beliefs in the paranormal. Some believe, some don't. Totally understandable. I personally, I question things because I believe that there's an answer for things, but there are some things you cannot explain. So that's how my take is. Whatever your take is of this is, that's what you feel, and I respect everyone's decisions. So getting down to this, one of the most common beliefs is dolls were considered back in the days vessels for spirits. And also in many cultures, dolls are thought to be like inanimate objects. Like even some paranormal researches and folklore traditions suggest dolls, even antique and handmade ones, even dolls made with your hair, can attract and trap spirits. Personally, I when I was little, I had dolls. Not many, but I had some dolls. I never saw them moving on their own. And again, this goes into the Annabelle doll. I've seen the Annabelle movie many times. The first time I saw her was with my niece, who at the time was, I think, like 9 or 10 years old. She loved it. Like, it's just, I don't know. My take on this is that it just depends on how you perceive it to be. Again, going back to what I was saying, is that some of these stories of haunted dolls, like, they basically go, they're more, in my opinion, more folklore. Some people say dolls can whisper, they can move, they can walk and carry an object in their hand. I mean, it just depends on what your take is. And again, I respect everyone's decisions because we all have our own beliefs and ideas. So, why would a spirit choose a doll for a home? Some people believe that human like features and they're easier to inhabit. I've heard people telling me if you take some of your hair and you make a doll out of it and use that hair for the doll, that it's some sort of, and you die someday, that your spirit is possessed in the doll. Everyone can, it's just a matter of what your take is on that. So, but there are some facts and fictions about dolls. So, haunted dolls, stories of dolls moving, speaking, possessing, like Annabelle. They're, again, folklore, not always proven. I know that there was an article I saw on YouTube probably a couple months ago about a gentleman who went with his crew and saw the Annabelle doll and was knocking on the door of the doll that he was enclosed in a case and just knocking at it, and apparently he died the next day. I don't know. I'm not saying that what the news presented is false. I don't know. I wasn't there. But, skeptics would say that he probably had a medical condition And those that believe in the paranormal are going to say, well, he shouldn't have provoked the Annabelle doll. So take it as you wish. And again, supernatural vessels, dolls can hold curses and spirits. Voodoo dolls, for example. I've seen voodoo dolls. I've held voodoo dolls. Never been a problem. So again, it's how you take it. I don't know. I would like people to comment on this and put your comments on the YouTube page. And again, be kind. Everyone, we all have our own opinions. Let's not start getting into any type of wars or arguments. But post what your thoughts are on dolls. What do you think? I'd love to read everyone's comments. That would definitely be something worthwhile. And again, on that note, just wanted to say thank you this is again the first 5 Minutes with Sweet Pea podcast. I will be doing some every day or every other day, depending on circumstances. But I would love it if you would just click like, subscribe, share this feed with other people. If you have any questions, post a comment on the chat. I will definitely get back to you. I just would love to get everyone's input on this because it's a great discussion and that's something I'm actually interested in. So on that note, hope everyone has a great night wherever you are on this planet. I'm in the Central Time Zone, so good night to everyone. Good night, everyone, and I love everyone. And please be kind and be safe, and let's treat each other nice. All right? Goodbye.